Welcome back to another Pokemon Market Monday, home of the OG weekly market updates, where every Monday morning we go through last week's sales of sealed Pokemon products and Pokemon cards that are currently going up in price. We do also cover the big Pokemon news, like cards are set to get revealed, and we do have to do the question of the day. What is your all-time favorite reprint card that we've gotten in Pokemon so far? And we do have to give a quick thanks to our video sponsor, and that is COLLECTR. This app is the best of the best when it comes to tracking your collection. No other app even compares. Their website also works super good, but I've tried every other competitor's app, and the closest one maybe has 1/10 of the amount of cards and products that COLLECTR has. And they're always trying to improve too by adding new cards, boxes, and features. They also do more giveaways than anyone in this entire hobby. So make sure you follow them on all their socials. I'll have all the links in the description. Then, of course, you guys want to try out PSA for your first time, click the link, use the code BEER25, you get $25 off your first submission. And you just got to use a new email for that every time. And same thing with tag. Click the link in the description, use the code BEER102, you get 10% off your first submission. And if you guys could download the FANATICS Collect app and follow my Pokebeer channel on there, you guys can watch my Market Monday and my following Friday, Thursday, and Sunday, 7 p.m. Central, completely free, hours before I post it on YouTube, and I'm live in the chat doing a giveaway every single time. So definitely check that out. I'll have all the links in the description. But all right, let's get into it. All right, we are on Poke Beach. We have 19 of the 30 Pikachus now revealed from the 30th celebration. People were kind of ignoring these, like wasn't a big deal, because you do get one guaranteed Pikachu in every pack. But this might be one of the funnest things to collect in the entire set. I mean, so many amazing artists got a Pikachu card, including, Sugimori here. That's the original Jungle Pikachu. Check this art out. I mean, that is just crazy. I know a lot of people love to collect that type of art. That's the Bubble Mew guy. And we have the Shinji Kanda Pikachu. I'm going to guess this one's going to be the most expensive, but you never know. This is actually one of my favorites. I like the more realistic ones. Done by Nurakabi. And this is one of my other favorites too. I love when you get tons of Pokemon on one card. Done by Akoji. Terrible with names. But yeah, that's super cool. Very excited for the Pikachus. All right, we got celebrations. Unfortunately, not a ton moving up still. So we got the regular ETB still dropping. Slowing down a little bit. All last sold is right around 360 to 370. And Pokemon Center ETB still slowly dropping. Not a ton. And last sold for this one's $595, $599. And the UPC is honestly still holding decently strong. Market price $1,275. So not too bad. Next, we have Evolving Skies. Everything's still dropping for Evolving. We got the regular ETB here with Umbreon, market price $580. Booster Box, market price $24.37. Build and Battle Stadium still doing pretty good, $588, but we barely get any sales for that. And the Pokemon Center ETB still right around $1,000. Next, we have Crown Zenith. Unfortunately, still dropping. We got the ETB. Market price $330. But I feel like it's starting to slow down a little bit. Sea and Sky Premium Collection market price $385, so it is officially beating the ETB. And the Pokemon Center ETB market price $577. And that's starting to slow down a little bit, but still technically dropping. And the Crown Zenith Galarian Moltres Tin, market price $152. Also slowing down. Next, we got 151. The UPC looks like it's kind of leveled out right around 900 to 930. So that's nice. And the regular 151 ETB still dropping. Was that 617? Now last sold 566, 545, and 599. And Pokemon Center ET market price is $1,339, holding pretty strong. And Blooming Waters market price is $317. I believe that is still dropping. The high was $400. Next, we have Prismatic Evolutions. So the SPC market price is $268. I believe we got a little reprint of this. Last sold between $249 to $270 for that SPC. The regular ETB market price $167, and Pokemon Center ETB market price $461. So definitely still dropping. Check the surprise box. It's been a while. It's on its way up a little bit from 65 to 68. Next, Destined Rivals. Regular ETB starting to level out right around 120 to 125. We have a couple at like 115 and 110. And then Booster Box, still dropping. Last sold $439, $400. Most of them are between $430 and $420, but we got quite a few down here at $401. Let's see what we can get this one shipped for from a legit seller. Have to go to the next page. $439 from a legit seller. So definitely, dropping. The high was $644. That is quite the drop. And I think we still got to check the Pokemon Center ETB. Market price $516. Last sold, do we have any in the 400s? Small tear 450. Otherwise 589, 441, 450, 516, 505, kind of all over the place. Again, we can get it shipped right now from a legit seller for $490. And Ascended Heroes, pretty much kind of leveled out. Regular ETB 169, Pokemon Center ETB 428. And looks like the poster collection starting to drop finally. Was at 165, now sitting right around 148 for the Gardevoir Premium Poster Collection. All right, let's get into it. We got Pitch Black Booster Box starting to bounce back just a little bit. Was at $177, now last sold $189, pretty much all at $190. And next we have the regular Journey Together Booster Box, still holding really strong. Was at $281, now leveling out right around $299, has not dropped yet. Next, Darkness Ablaze Booster Box. And yeah, I love this new TCG Player update. I feel like it's going to be much better for my video, so you guys can actually see the graph and the box all on the same screen without me, scrolling up and down. But Darkness Ablaze was at $341. Now last sold $355, $352, $392, $389, $387. Next, we got XY Evolutions ETB. This is the red Mega Charizard Y. Was at $621. Now $900, $899, and $829. And we have the Blastoise one. Was at $528, now $849, $850, and $750. But again, we don't get a ton of sales on TCG Player for these because they're pretty expensive and people want pictures. Next, we have the White Flare regular ETB. This was at $123, still holding pretty strong, right around $155. Next, we got the Lost Origin Pokemon Center ETB. Was at $331, now $395, $370, and $400. And we have the built-in Battle Stadium for Brilliant Stars. Was at $150. Now last sold $170, $158, and $167. And here is the Silver Tempest built-in Battle Stadium. Was at $128. Now last sold $157, $139, and $193. There is packs in here. You do get 2 built-in battle boxes, each containing ready-to-play 40-card decks, which have nice stamp promos. And then you get 4 additional Silver Tempest booster packs. So you get 12 in all because you get 4 per deck too. So not a bad little box. All right, getting into some cards. We have the Bulbasaur from Mega Evolution starting to bounce back. Got down to 19. Now last sold 25, 21. Bunch at 22, 23. Next, we have the Ninetales from Obsidian Flames. This thing was pretty expensive in the 50s. Got down to 38. And now last sold 45, 43. A couple still at 40, but starting to bounce back. Got one random high one at 95. Next, we got the Chandelure, still doing pretty good. Was at 63. Now 72, 73, and 70. And the Eevee from Twilight Masquerade just keeps going up and down, but keeps slowly going up. It's at about 85. Now 90, 100, 91, 99, 95. And the Charmander from 151 got down to $82. Now last sold 92, 93, 91, a couple at 89. Next, the Groudon is still going crazy from Paradox Rift. This was a $115 card. Now last sold 130, 137, 122, and 125. And we have the Greninja Gold Star promo. This was at 33. Dropped down to 22. Now last sold 29, 25, 30. So as you can see, some of these cards are starting to bounce back a little bit. Next, we have the Mimikyu V Trainer Gallery card from Brilliant Stars. This was at 92. Dropped down to 83. Now last sold 85, 99, 97, 95. And we have the new First Partner Collection. I think the Series 3 promos. Mudkip is the most expensive at 26. Which actually, might get a little hate for this, but Mudkip might be one of my least favorite starters. I'm honestly not a fan of Swampert. That's why I don't mind Mudkip. But market price for Mudkip 27, Torchic 13, Trico 11, Fennekin 7, Chespin 6, Quaxley 6, Brigatito 8, Froakie 9, and Fuecoco 950. Some beautiful promos. Love those. Next, one of my favorite Sword and Shield promos. We have the Pikachu Sword and Shield number 20. Love this one because it's got the Generation 8 starters in there. Was at 86, so I was telling everybody to buy it then. Now last sold 85, 105, 121, 126, 120, 115. Next, we have the Special Delivery Charizard. Still climbing, was at 182. Now 225, 215, 204, 200. And we have the Special Delivery Pikachu. The Bidoof is not really going up. This is at 345. Now last sold 470, 473, 480, 469. Looks like the low is 411 and the high is $5.99 sealed. So yeah, definitely a big difference between when a promo is actually sealed and not sealed for anybody who thinks, otherwise, because I've heard a lot of people say that they're around the same price. It's like, no, they're not. Next, we have the Arcanine Illustration Contest. These cards are super unique. What was that, 46? Now last sold 56, 57, and 55. And here's the Bulbasaur, also 2022, was at 48. Now 60, 59, and 58. And here's the Greninja, was at 46. Now 70, 55, and 50. Love these cards, and there's not very many of them, so it's not impossible to get. Now we have the 2024 Illustration Contest. This is the for Alligator. Was at $4, now sitting right around 5 and 6. Just threw these on there to show that there's still some very cheap Illustration Contest cards. And here's the Pikachu. You think it'd be just expensive as the 2022s? Looks like it got up to about $20, now sitting right around 18, 19 bucks. So I think this is a very solid pickup. And I think there's a Toxtricity EX, but it's just like the basic Ultra Rare EX. All right, now it's time for the fun part. We got some 30th anniversary sales. We have the Umbreon EX promo sold for $115 and $129, which honestly a little low in my opinion for the first sales that I could find, on eBay. And we have a Shining Celebi 30th anniversary reprint that sold for $99 on auction on eBay. What do you guys think about this gold border? I think I got to see it in person. It's funny though, I have a feeling people are going to complain about it, even though the Japanese 25th anniversary had a lot of gold border stuff and people just loved it. But now when it's going to be for English, I have a feeling people are going to hate it. Next, we have the Toxtricity illustration rare for the 30th anniversary. I think this is the best Toxtricity card we've gotten. And it was listed at $90, sold for $65. And we have the Moltres, which only sold for $30 on auction. You'd think the Moltres would sell a little bit more than the Toxtricity, but to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the art that they chose for Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos for the 30th. Not bad, and I'll of course take it, but you guys know I like the little bit more realistic and like hardcore fighting stuff. Next, we got a bunch of the Pikachus. So we're going to look at USD. So we got the Kamiya one at $65. We got another one here where he's looking up in the sky with his eyes closed at $65. And we got another one of those at $55. We got a little group here of 5 of them. Sold for $270. But remember, these come guaranteed in every single pack. So you're going to get a Pikachu in every single pack that you open. So these should not be very expensive at all. I could see maybe like the Shinji Condon, maybe a couple others having a decent bit of value, but not even $60, $70 a card. That's just crazy. Especially $270 for 5 of them is wild. We got another one here at $65 where he's got a bunch of fruit. We got the sleeping one at $65 also. Here, Shinji Kanda, $100. Wow. And we got the Bubble Mew one at $60. And another one where he's in the leaves on his back at $55. But I'm just loving these. I mean, it's going to be such a fun little thing to collect. I mean, just this alone, honestly, is more fun to collect than anything from the 25th anniversary, in my opinion. Next, we have the Futuristic Mewtwo EX. Sold for $610 on auction, 35 bids. I think that's a decent amount, though, compared to the Umbreon. The Umbreon sold for $125, and this sold for $610. That's kind of a big gap. And we also have the Sylveon EX SIR. It is on auction right now on eBay. $810 is the current bid. Ends in 2 days, Monday, 5:55 p.m. And I think this is the best Sylveon card we've ever gotten. Honestly, I think it's better than Prismatic by a long shot. And I think it's a lot better, too, than the new Chinese exclusive we just got. Let me know down below, do you guys think this is the best Sylveon card? And last on the list, the Gengar. This sold for $1,250. Was listed at $2K, but best offer accepted. Let me know down below what you guys think of this Gengar. I still think I like the Gengar from Fusion a little bit better. And I feel like I might like the Mega Gengar from Ascended a little bit better also. But let me know down below on that one too. But alright, that was this week's Pokemon Market Monday. If you guys like this content, want to stay ahead of the market, please make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like and comment. If you guys want to support more, check out my Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube membership, all that. You guys know what to do. You guys are the absolute best. But alright, I want you guys to have a great day. And if you guys want to watch my last Sunday video, we did the top 20 best Pokemon cards to invest in under $100 in PSA 10 slabs. We also do a giveaway. Check that video out above. Otherwise, if you guys want to watch any of my other vending videos, I have an entire playlist above also. But alright, see you next time.